Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another con vlog. This will be the last con vlog of my 2025 summer season. It is the last anime con that I am doing this year, and it is Animeathon in Edmonton, Alberta. Longtime viewers may remember that I was here 2 years ago in one of my very early con vlogs, actually, if you'd like to go back and watch that one after this one. And I'm excited to bring you back with me on this particular trip. I did apply last year, but I have a feeling that they do kind of like a year on, year off cycle for some of their artists, but I'm very excited to be back. If you are new here to the channel, I'm an illustrator and comic artist from Canada, and I make mostly original IP stuff involving cats, so sometimes anime cons go well, and sometimes they're not exactly the audience for my particular style of art, but I am looking forward to spending the weekend here in Edmonton. This is a very long con, so it is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I never do 4-day cons because I love myself too much for that, but it is, I think 10 hours on the Friday and 10 hours on the Saturday. So this is me on the Thursday. I flew in, I think it was on Wednesday, and set up first thing. No, you know what? I think I flew in on the Thursday, went straight to set up, and had some time in the evening of the Thursday before the con to rest and relax and get ready for a long weekend. I partially set up my table on Thursday and finished up my table setup on Friday morning, but had some fun in between. I am very exhausted, but I'm gonna do my best to make this a peppy, exciting video as I usually do. Yeah, it's a long 3 days, so it's from 9:45 to 6:30 today, I think. Same with tomorrow, and then a little bit shorter on Sunday. So yeah, I'm standing now. I might sit instead, stand, sit, we'll see. I'm not taking commissions this weekend because I just wanna relax as much as possible, but I have a really well-stocked table. I have a little bit of everything, where I've been kind of sold out of a lot of stuff at some of the last two, like Minikami and Annie Revo, because I packed this box with, I guess, the last of a few products of stock. So it's nice to have a fully stocked table, and we'll see what's popular this weekend, because yeah, it's been 2 years since I was here, and things presumably have changed. That one's based on my own 2 cats. Same with the traveling one. I've got a tuxedo and an orange cat, so there's one sticker sheet on here somewhere where they're taking a trip, so I got airplanes and stuff on it, and then they get to Italy and they have their Italy vacation, because I went to Italy, so I... Happy with your picks for now? Let's do it. So, 5 stickers, and a sticker sheet is $31.50 with tax, just on the screen, please. Slide it down, just sometimes it like, there we go. It's a little fickle, aren't we all? I spy a Labubu. Do you like a sticker? You're welcome. You're so welcome. I'm thriving. I got a coffee. Did I get a coffee since I saw you? Or was I drinking it? Yeah. It helped a lot. I feel much better. Believe it or not, drugs are good. Yeah. Yes. Hello everybody. It's 5:30 p.m. I only just realized we're actually here till 7:30, not 6:30. That was a disappointing surprise, but I'm feeling a lot better than I did earlier this morning. I had a whole nother cup of coffee and a whole bunch of water, and I'm thriving, surviving, one of the 2 of them. It's been a really nice day though today. I feel like it's been quite steady through the whole day, but also slow. And I don't know, I feel like the vibes are a little kind of like, I haven't had any long chats with anybody, I guess, which is kind of a good thing and kind of a bad thing. It's a good thing in that it keeps things moving, but it's a bad thing in that maybe I do want to have a long chat with somebody once in a while, you know? Sales have been decent. I think I'm a little bit above the 1,000 average that I like to sell in a day, and hopefully tomorrow will be better, so maybe this will be a good weekend, who's to say? I'm definitely hungry. There are hot dogs at concession, but I'm not sure if I want to concede to eating a hot dog. But yeah, 2 more hours. We will see what happens, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'm right at the end of my con season, and I've done like 15 of them this summer, and as a reward I booked like a full back tattoo. Finally, like filling it out. I've been wanting one. Everyone this summer's like got their back tattoos on display, and I'm like, so good.
Are you getting like cybersecurity?
Yes, I put it as this so I can like get used to it, because I'm not gonna be able to see it, you know? It's just gonna be back there.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, it's all the like alternative like queer folk who like are doing really they're pushing the envelope with designs and stuff like that, so it's nice to see everybody succeeding. All right, what am I grabbing for you? Absolutely. Perfect. You got it. Perfect. Tunagachi. Would you like a paper bag? Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Nice to chat with you. Yeah, enjoy the con. Good morning, everybody. It's just a little after 9 now, so we still have about half an hour before the show opens to VIPs. So I'm taking a stroll around. The one thing about taking a stroll around is half of everybody has covered their booths, and we cannot enjoy it. I understand the reason why, but selfishly I wish I could take everything in. But yeah, I'm not as tired now as I was yesterday, so that's good. I feel like today's gonna be pretty breezy. I have no expectations. I feel like today's sales might be lower than yesterday, but fingers crossed that that's not the case, because if it's not the case, it's gonna be a pretty good con. I don't think I have anything else to update you about. We had some very good curry last night and basically went right home and passed out, understandably, and this is long. This is long. Take notes, please, con organizers. 11 to 6. That is the amount of time that people want to be in here. Me being people specifically. Kind of a fun fact about this one for Canadian convention ears is that there's actually another major Canadian anime convention taking place this weekend on the other side, sort of the country. Montreal has Otakuthon going on. On one hand, it's sort of inconvenient because if you do like to do all of the shows, then obviously you have to sacrifice one to be at the other or hire proxy for one or the other. But on the other hand, it's actually great because it means that for how many people there are trying to get into these shows, there's actually an opportunity for everybody to have a con this weekend where half of the people can be accepted to one, then to the other. Yes, ready to go? Yes. Yeah, abduction, yes. The clown cat, of course. You got it. If you get one more, you get another one for free, but no pressure. Swimming cat? Why? I thought you were gonna choose that one. That's so strange. Do you want a paper bag? All right. So that'll be 21 altogether. You can tap on the screen, please. Thank you so much. Can I get you a receipt? There you are. Have a great day. Thank you so much. What are you guys thinking? And the Meowthman. Perfect. 21 with the tax, just on the screen, please. Okay, we can stick it to the bottom then. Awesome. You're so welcome. Do you need a receipt at all? Have a wonderful con. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
So good.
Ask me about my cat.
Perfect. That's my second to last one there, so you're just in time. Apologies that it has a few stray cat hairs on there, but... And then did you want to use the tote bag or shall I roll it up? All right, perfect. Do you want me to start grabbing them for you?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I know for sure I want the little stitches.
Okay. And a Meowster piece. Lovely.
And then we'll get the kitty in the water.
Yep, swimming. And one more?
Okay, I visited the first and got inside.
Perfect. Paying by cash?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So just 20 then.
Can you break the 100?
Yeah, I have changed. Thank you. Okay, the 100's there, the 80 is there, and your stickers are here. You are so welcome. All right, Sherry L came by and gifted me a little blind box toy, or a keychain based on Calico Critters, which my friend had posted in their stories, and now I have one of my own to open. Let's see what we're gonna get. They're so cute. I really hope I get this one, but I'm not generally very lucky when it comes to blind bags, so I'm happy with anything. I only buy blind bags when I know that I'm gonna be happy with anything. Oh my god. Please, all right, I'm gonna peel off the plastic, 1 sec. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, this is what is this one? This is the page. It's the page. I'm obsessed. Thank you so much. I high-key want to collect all 9 now, though. Not gonna lie. And the card. Pink. How you doing? Oh, thank you so much. Cute and colorful. That's my thing. You know, the number of people who say, I have a cat that doesn't have a tail, I'm starting to think maybe I should make them without tails because it's actually so many. Maybe I should get like a pair of like industrial pliers so I can snip them off to order. Yeah. Hello everybody. So it's just about 3:30. Actually, I think it's just after 3:30 now. And it has been ram busy pretty much all day. But somehow it's been going by really slowly. Like in my head, I feel like it should be 6 o'clock and we should be wrapping up, but there are still 4 more hours left, and that's 4 more hours to sell more stuff. It has been so busy. I am so happy to go out of this con season on such a good note. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, I have sold out of 2 of my tote bag designs, so I actually was able to open up my window more because I was kind of having to crouch down to make eye contact with people. And those are not only sold out for like the show, but I think I brought the last copies of all of my tote bags except for the 2 designs that nobody ever buys, so still have lots of those. Gonna be clearing soon, which is great. My plan is not to reinvest in tote bags. As we've talked about before, they're just not a huge mover of an item. People are more interested in purchasing t-shirts. However, due to the nature of how I do these shows, t-shirts are not really logical for me to have to be hauling around with me. So my plan is to reinvest that money into something else, and spoiler alert, I'm working on some stuffed toys, so hopefully that will come through. We can add those to the table for the upcoming shows. There is one more in 2 weekends from now, but it's a 1-day thing. It's literally like 4 hours in the afternoon, pretty low key. Couple in September that are 1-day shows, but oh, you guys, I'm so tired, but I've been having so much fun, and I'm already thinking about next year and all the stuff that I'm gonna do with my time off this fall. Oh my God, I am free. It is still light out, it is nice and warm out, and I need some food. I was, I think, $7 shy of hitting $2,000 in sales today, so that's a great day, period, and that's a very great day for an anime convention, which I'm historically not making that much money every day at. So yeah, super stoked. We'll see how tomorrow plays out, but hopefully it'll be similar to Friday. That will round things out really, really well. But yeah, with a belly full of food, I am gonna sleep very well tonight. 2 10-hour days in a row is a lot for this little guy. The vibes have been nothing but positive. I'm having a lot of fun talking to people about Labubu and I don't know, whatever it is that I'm talking about. I'll have to check the tapes. Going off of my experience today, I really have to recommend Animeathon. It is an amazing convention. Good morning, everybody. I couldn't even be bothered to put on makeup this morning. That is how tired I am. But I have had caffeine, I've had some water, I've had some fluffy pancakes, and I'm ready for this 6-hour day. Not so bad. I'm curious to see how the day will play out. Will it be like Friday? Will it be better than Friday? Will it be a snoozer? Who's to say? But it's the last day of this 3-day con, and I have had such a good time so far. I've met so many fun, interesting people, fellow vendors, people in the crowd, lots of regulars, because I find that the people in Alberta tend to go to both Outafest and Animethon, and then we've got some Saskatchewaners who also make the trek to both. So lots of people are like, oh, I remember you from Outafest or Animethon, and then we continue our conversations, and it just really lends to the community feeling about being here, which, yeah, is really what's so addictive about doing cons. We just opened not too long ago, so still getting started. But yeah, that's it. Let's see how the day goes. Talk to you soon. How are you doing? Food cats, yes. Is that everything for you? Okay, no problem. Would you like a paper bag? Yeah, just to protect it. Yeah, no worries. Just a little sales tax, so $10.50 on the screen, please. Amazing. Do you need a receipt at all? Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. It would be my pleasure. Would you like a little paper bag for it? Okay, no worries. And yeah, no worries. I mean, it's pretty robust. It's meant to take a beating. Paying by card? Yes, no problem. So $10.50 with the tax just on the screen. Thank you so much. Did you need a receipt at all? Enjoy. Let's do it. And a bag for you? No? All right, no problem. Right. Oh, you got cash? Amazing. I'll take it. It's okay. Some people spent all their cash as well today. It happens. Thank you guys so much. Thank you and enjoy the con.
Animeathon patrons. Our exhibitors have been amazing, but they will be closing in 20 minutes. You know you want that item. You know you want that last piece of art. You have 20 minutes to wrap up your purchases with the amazing exhibitors.
You're welcome to look. They're both sketchbook scenes. This one is a collection of my favorites, and this is a travel journal. Oh my gosh, did you know that that's the secret code to get a third one for free? Thank you so much. And it's the earlier edition of the sketchbook scene is the bonus third. And you've got cash. Oh, how much is it? Yeah, 35. Yeah, let me get you 15 back. Your goodies. Enjoy the rest of the con. Thank you. Hello everybody. So it has been a super long time since I filmed anything. The last thing I filmed was like the outro to the last video you saw, which was the only thing I had filmed for like a month up until that point. So hello, it is October 2nd now, and I probably mentioned in the last video, but I have just been needing a little break, I think, from making videos. Filming, being perceived, it is a lot, and I did so much over the summer that, yeah, I kind of wanted to take a break before I burnt out. I don't think I did burn out, but I needed to stop until I felt inspired to do it again. And here I am, inspired to finish this video here with you now. Even though I haven't been filming, I have still been working plenty hard. I had 3 different conventions that I did in the meantime since Animeathon. And I also did all of my prep and setting up for my Meowloween event, which is a yearly apparel drop that I do. This is the 6th year that it's been going, and this year's theme is poddities and puriosities. So I was kind of going for like a feminine kind of oddities theme. Because the world is in shambles, I decided to go back to the roots of Meowloween, which was back in 2020. I started it during the pandemic because there was no Halloween and I wanted to celebrate. So I did print on demand stuff while I was living in Ireland, and we're back to print on demand while shipping is a disaster. So if you do like any of the stuff that you see here, I'm actually wearing the hat right now. It is very, very comfy, exactly to my toque liking. Please pop over to my new online shop, shop.artbytuna.com, where you can find the sweaters, t-shirts, hat, and a really cool purse as well. Great way to grab yourself a spooky little treat and support the channel because I'm back, baby, and I'm not going anywhere soon. Okay, cool. That's enough about that. I would love to wrap up Animeathon, the vlog that we just watched here with you now, and talk about the other 3 events that I did in the meantime too. So Animeathon, best anime con of the year, last anime con of the year. I am so glad that things went as well as they did. I was not necessarily expecting it. I obviously hadn't been there in 2024, so 2023 was my last year, and that was kind of like at the very start of this whole journey for me as a con artist. I'm definitely up in sales from whatever it was that I sold back then, and yeah, 4,200 was my final sales tally, so definitely way above what I would expect. And I really couldn't tell you why, honestly, especially because, as I mentioned earlier in the video, a lot of the people had seen me earlier in the year at Otafest, and it didn't really feel any different from any of the other anime cons that I've been attending throughout the year, so no clue why that was. And the best part was that my expenses, not counting merch cost, were only $500 for travel and accommodation and stuff like that, because I was actually staying with some friends of mine, so I didn't have to pay for a hotel, which makes a really big difference. If you are a traveling convention artist, like, start making friends because it's very, very useful to be able to trade couches whenever it's available. I was under the impression that Animeathon had kind of like a year-on, year-off policy, but it did sound like a lot of people were doing it in 2024 and then doing it in 2025 as well. So I suppose I'll just keep applying and hopefully continue to get in, because now that it's the best one of the year, obviously it's one that I would definitely love to attend. But as I also mentioned, Otakuthon in Montreal is on the same weekend, and if it's the same this year as it was last year, the application and acceptances went out for Animeathon, I think before Otakuthon even opened their spots for applications. So that's the best case scenario. So if we don't get into Animeathon, I can apply to Otakuthon, and maybe they will stop doing first come first serve, because nobody likes first come first serve. Nobody likes first come first serve. I think that's it for Animeathon. I think there was like a little bit of drama that was going on in regards to proxy rules, because like you weren't really supposed to use a proxy for the artist alley, but like people clearly were. And then there's also this weird rule that Animeathon has, because the convention center I think enforces it, where you can't have any trademarked words on your booth. So you can't say like One Piece fan art in your display. And a lot of people like just don't care about the rules, so they were just doing that anyway. And there were like all these emails they were sending out being like, we're walking around and, you know, we're gonna close you down if you don't cover up your trademarked terms. But I don't know if that was enforced. There's kind of been some discourse in like the artist alley world about non-unilaterally enforced rules at conventions. And I'm not a con drama channel, but there are con drama channels. I'm sure you've heard some of this stuff if you are interested. But I could see definitely some changes coming to the convention world over the next few years, especially given the incredible volume of people who are trying to vie for very limited spaces. But I don't know. I'm just here to make art, sell art, and have a good time. So yeah, but okay, moving forward, Animeathon, so it was Annie Revel was the first weekend of August, Animeathon was the second weekend of August, and then the last weekend in August, I went to Courtney Komox, which is a small community on Vancouver Island, for their Pride event, which I believe, I want to say it was like the second year that they were hosting it or something like that. So it's a relatively new event in a relatively small town. But I have gone to Courtney Komox to do events probably once a year-ish, if not a little bit more depending on the dates, for a few years now, because I have family in the area. And this one was just 4 hours in the afternoon. I was there to spend time with my family as well. It was so hot outside. It was like a 31, 32 degree day, like in the blind sunlight heat. And it was like the Pride Parade and then a festival in the park. I don't think I have that many photos or anything, but if I can share anything, I'll definitely put it up. And I did have some expectations that I felt like it was gonna go pretty well. And it went like so much better than I thought. For 4 hours, I think it was $1,600. Now, a big chunk of that, somewhere around $450, was a wholesale client who I occasionally sell to. They are a cat shop in Nanaimo, BC called Kitties and Cream. If you live in Nanaimo and you want to pick up some of my stuff, you can go there and grab it. And I do my wholesale at like, I think I sell for 60% of the retail price, so like a 40% discount. And you know what, as far as I'm concerned, like it clears out some stock for me. It's still profit on the cost that I have for the items, and it develops a good relationship with vendors. I would love to do more wholesale and retail, but I think everybody would, so it's super competitive, especially as a cat artist. I did like a couple years ago try reaching out to literally every cat cafe in Canada, and I did not hear back from any of them, so I don't know what happened there, but it's rough. Keep trying, don't give up. But yeah, the event was really fun. A lot of repeat customers from the previous events that I did in the community, because obviously like the overlap of like geek and Pride is like a circle. And yeah, I would love to, as I mentioned, I think in the last video, hit up as many Pride events next year as I possibly can, because they very clearly, the people who go to Pride events are my customer base 100%. So yeah, super fun, super glad that that one day show went really well. And then I had quite an extended break in which I was working on the Meowloween shop launch, all that jazz. And it was 2 weeks ago now that I did a one-day event called Spark CG Fest, which was here in Vancouver. It was at the Yaletown Roundhouse, which is a classic venue for any Vancouverites who may be watching. It is a industry event, and the Artist Alley is on one day of the 3-day industry event, and it is mostly for panels, so professionals are speaking to people in 3D animation sphere, or maybe just animation sphere. I'm not entirely certain. But as a result, outside of the industry, the event has little to no advertising. So the market is not really tailored towards the general public. It's specifically for like other artists. And I did expect, so I did do this one last year, and I did expect that this year my sales would be down. I just had a bit of a hunch. And I was correct. The table was $100 for the day as like a 6 or an 8 hour day. And I sold $700 worth of stuff, which is down from like the roughly 1,000 that I had sold last year. Now, a couple reasons for that. I think one of the reasons is that last year I did better than I should have because I had a really, really good table placement. And I don't think I had done a ton of Vancouver-based events last year. Whereas this year, I have done a lot of Vancouver-based events, and that's where those people had already, my customers had already kind of made their purchases. I was also totally half-assing the event. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I should not have added this one or the one we'll talk about afterwards onto my schedule because like by the end of the summer, like the burnout was real. I wasn't really burnt out on videos, but I am totally burnt out on cons. And I was really tired and I had really low stock. I am sold out of like all my tote bags and I don't have anything new. So what are people gonna buy? You know, they already bought from me, nothing new to buy. I did, however, break my table set up record, which was 25 minutes. It took me 25 minutes to set my table up, which is kind of crazy, and probably like 10 minutes to take my table down. So that's the one benefit of doing like 1,000 shows is you get super efficient. Okay, that's it for Spark. Definitely fun. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it. I would like to see them expand to try to bring in more people who are not industry to the market itself. But at the same time, I don't really think that's their vision for it. So, I don't know. Will I do it next year? Probably. Let's be real. I can't say no. But something I won't be doing next year, wink, wink. Let's talk about the Etsy Co market. This was either my 3rd or 4th year doing this market. I've been doing it for a while because I really like the ladies who run the events. They do maybe like 4 events in Vancouver every year, and they do try and vary it up. So there's like a general fall market, a general holiday market, and then 2, like a spring market and like a early, like we did it in February, was the 2 cute market, which I'm assuming that I vlogged that's here on the channel back in February. The thing about it is that this one in particular, which is in Robson Square Ice Rink, which is a downtown Vancouver semi-outdoor location, the tables are so expensive. So for a 6-foot table space that didn't even include the actual price of renting a table, I brought my own, was $325 for the day. And in previous years, like last year, I think I sold 1,400. So that's really good, totally worth paying $325 for. But this year I sold 700. So that's half. That's literally half of what I sold last year. I think that there's like a few reasons that this happened. Economy, let's always just blame the economy a little bit, but that's kind of like a bit of a cop-out because I think most of my shows this year were better than previous years. So I don't know, but this one's like more of the general public than a nerdy or people who are primed to purchase Illustrator goods sort of audience. One of the big things that they did this year that I think had a bigger impact on sales than maybe anybody wants to admit is that they changed the lineup of the market. So rewinding, back in February, these girls ran this 2 cute market, which was all Illustrator, kawaii, cute stickers, whatever. And then they brought in a lot of Illustrator, sticker, cute artists to this one, probably double what they would have last year. So here's the thing. I don't consider my fellow vendors as my competition, but if people are coming to this market and they're not specifically primed for it to be like an Illustrator fair cute stuff market, and they come looking for more variety, then I think that we did spread out that audience interest a little bit too thin with the number of vendors who were selling honestly quite similar stuff. And the way that they set up the market was that all the people selling cute stuff were like on this side, and all of the people selling like candles and jewelry were on this side, more like classic craft market stuff. And I don't know, I can't like quantify it, but I have a feeling that that definitely impacted the sales that we were all making. But I didn't really talk to anybody else about what they were selling because nobody that I knew that well was there, only like a couple people. But I feel really bad because I'm sure a lot of people did not break even on that $325, or maybe kind of like just did and made a little bit of profit. And I think that like in this market sphere, a lot of people are not turning a lot of profit. It's kind of complicated, but ultimately, like, you're trying to run a business, right? And if your business is not making profit, then something needs to change. And I'm not here to tell you what that is, but I am here to say don't buy $300 market tables if you don't think you can profit off of that. So like, yeah, I don't think I'll be returning to that market. It's just too risky now. But I also don't care because it was literally the last one until November. So what have I learned from my big long summer of conventions? Just to optimize it a little bit, cut down on the fluff, like, you know, maybe give myself slightly more break here and there just to kind of protect my sanity. Don't go on a holiday in the middle because it was fun, but like holidays are also very intense and I could have used a little bit of downtime or maybe more time to like make new merchandise or something like that. I want to add in the more Pride events like I've mentioned, and maybe I should try to find more autumn events. Thing is that I definitely applied to like 4 different autumn markets, but a lot of autumn markets are goth themed markets, which I love, but as a goth, my art is not like gothy at all. So I got rejected from all of those, which is totally fine. It's just the way that it is. And I don't know, maybe there isn't really anything in the autumn sphere and maybe I should just embrace maybe a little bit more downtime, but you know me, gotta pay the bills. shop.artbytuna.com, Halloween merchandise, go and get it. But yeah, that is it then for con videos for the next little while. I'm gonna try and get back into the regular video uploading schedule, but that does mean that I need to make videos that are not con vlogs. I know a lot of you are here for con vlogs, but I hope that you can still connect with me and my work outside of that. So please let me know if there's anything in particular that you would specifically like to see from me. I obviously have lots of ideas between like studio vlogs, art making, instructional stuff, kind of like the classic, but if there's any topics I could specifically go over or anything you might be interested in seeing from me, definitely leave me a comment down below and let me know. But otherwise, I'll be taking it easy. Here in October, I have a month of like Halloween-y events planned. I did earlier today actually just like schedule like a million things to make sure that I did not miss out on any tickets that I had to buy for Halloween stuff this month. And I'm working on a little Halloween-y project. It's not an official 30-day challenge or anything, but I thought it would be fun to draw characters from my must-watch fall content as cats. So yeah, if you do want to check that out, like remember to follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram, because even when I'm not active here, I am always active over there because I am addicted to my phone and I cannot be offline to save my life. But that is it. I'm just gonna go ahead and launch right into the Lunchbox Club promotion. If you did want to support me here on the channel and you wanted to get some cool stuff in return, I have a Lunchbox subscription club over on Patreon where you can get stickers, merchandise shipped directly to your door every single month for $10 or $25. This month we are doing a horror to culture theme. Last month I did do Meowloween. This month is horror to culture. Looks a lot better when you look at it than when I actually say it, but it's basically just spooky plants. What's not to love? I've got a cool sticker sheet, I've got a cool single sticker, got a cool print, got a cool other thing. What is the other thing? Oh yeah, I decided to do a plant marker. I did one of these like 2.5 years ago, I think, for a different spooky plant theme. So I thought it would be fun to do another version of it so you could have maybe 2 if you were subscribed back then. But if you did not have 10 or 25 to spare this month, I also have a $1 tier where you can get access to cool stuff like digital downloads, podcast newsletters, extra content, and whatever it is that I happen to have planned each month, and as well 8 years of back content. That includes sketchbook flip through videos, tutorials, some digital downloads that remain from that time, and just a whole lot of tuna. Thank you to everybody who you've been seeing on this list who is already supporting me over on Patreon. And you know what? Even if you can't support me over on Patreon, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video, because even just checking back in with me after my prolonged absence means so much to me. As always, stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye.